All right, we are live, Women in Business Wednesday. Hi, friends, welcome back. We're going to highlight women who are building, creating, protecting, and inspiring community. Right now, we do have Andrea. She's going to talk. She's the owner of Biggest Little Yard. I'm so excited to hear what she has to say today. I know we have Monica as well. She may pop in shortly. We will see. However, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm Alfyn, your go-to realtor here in Reno and Sparks. And Andrea, go ahead and introduce yourself. What do you do? And yeah.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Andrea Saavedra. I am the owner of the Biggest Little Yard. We're a landscape contractor. We're able to do anything from a design build to your maintenance, both residential and commercial. I'm excited to be here with you, Alfin. I feel like it's always an empowered conversation. We always like feed on each other's ideas, and we even synchronize. Remember that time I sent you the screenshot of the same book that we were reading? So I think it's really
Yeah.
cool that we get to collaborate.
That's so funny. I just saw that today that we had that message where we were both driving and we were playing the same book, the audio book. So I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that's so strange. But Monica's in. Let's bring her in right now.
Hi,
Hey
girl.
girl.
Hey, friend.
How is everyone?
Good. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Here we go.
Hmm.
So I did my introduction. Andrea did hers. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
As I'm choking, sorry. What an afternoon it's been. I'm sorry. I'm Monica. I am your local notary, mobile notary, as well as financials. So anything I can help you with, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help.
Awesome. And so with Andrea, she's the woman behind Biggest Little Yard. She's turning yards into dream spaces. Well, it's her and her team. So as we move forward, I love that we have both of you here. Let's talk a little bit about what you do and like how the end of the year is gonna look like. Um, so, Monica, we talked earlier why life insurance matters, especially now. But today we do have Andrea with us as well. So, she's an entrepreneur. For someone like you guys running your business and assets, tell me, Monica, like how important is it now for us to start looking into how it's going to look like for the new year?
I've had actually quite several people reach out to me that they're thinking, the same thing, like, hey, so it's been on my mind and the New Year's coming up. I want to make sure that I have X, Y, and Z in place. So thankfully I've been able to move over to a new brokerage, which we are able to offer many more policies and also run like trial policies. And I actually reached out to Miss Andrea because I know we've worked in the past before and we were trying to get some coverage for her. So we're going to be working on that for her very soon. But yeah, it's kind of like on your to-do list, and January's right around the corner. So we have lots of people reaching out saying like, hey, I want to get this started, or I have an old policy. Can you look at it? Because I want to make sure that my family's adequately covered, especially for those of us that are like small business professionals. Because as you know, we're the backbone behind our business. If something were to happen to us or to a family member and we have to put everything on pause, like it's going to affect our business. So, what better way to have a policy with living benefits that we can use um, to that benefit, like, so if I know that I'm going to be down for like a month and I need to pull some money to cover, expenses, cover, rent, mortgage, a car payment, whatever you may be, just daily living expenses, you have that accessibility to do it with a policy that has living benefits. So highly, highly important, especially for our small business individuals.
Awesome. Okay. Now, Andrea, girl, let's talk about yards because you already know curb appeal can make or break a sale of a home. So, for homeowners watching this, what's the easiest improvement they can make before winter or before listing their home for the new year?
Okay, I want to back transition in with Monica. Thank you, Monica. I started the biggest little yard because of my living benefits in my policy. I took out $7,000, bought my first dump truck, my trailer, and that's how the biggest little yard started. So I'm always an
Full
advocate
circle.
for life insurance. So please lock in your age and your health right now, that we're not going to get any younger.
Nope.
It is today, the day to get your life policies on track. But with the biggest little yard, winter coming, we're at an elevation where the irrigation systems are not put in underground too deep, where like we worry about freezing as this early. But right now is the time to flush any pipes that might have water, that will prevent any vacuum breakers from leaking, and any gutters. I always recommend to have them in place because it will not damage the concrete or the pavers that are laid underground. Oftentimes, it leads to hard to remove stains. So, working together with your landscaping and gutter guy is really important, because that way we assure that all the drainage is, sloped at the proper appropriate percentage, so it leads to the main line. Um, Another thing to get your property ready is doing pre-emergent. If you do pre-emergent in the fall and the spring, you'll have less weeds to deal with, just because the, it will go dormant over winter. So then you won't have that propagation as fast. I'm not saying you won't have weeds. I'm just saying you won't have the same amount of weeds if you do a pre-emergent spray now. So don't expect, a full clean yard if you had all, all the seeds from the past season. Like, it will take, I want to say 4 to 5 rounds before I can guarantee you will not have weeds.
Those are such great information. I have a question for you. Do you have
Yes,
any like guides? Do you have seasonal guides that I could possibly use to send out to my clients? Like, do you have
I
anything
can
like that
create
in the
one for
works?
you. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
fall guide and a winterizing. Yeah,
Yes.
because oftentimes we don't even know what a vacuum breaker is, right? Like, I had no idea of what it was. About one, I wasn't a homeowner or a landscaper. Like, if this is the first time you're owning a home, this is when it happens. Like, most of the time, builders will tell you like, oh, here's the key, close and open your valves, but what do you do with it? So we can definitely assist. And that service is only $40 for us to come out and drain the pipes for you, instead of 400, which is the vacuum breaker replacement, if that was to burst out because the water was still there.
I have another great question for you.
Hmm. You
Would
laugh
you
at
be
yours.
open? Would you be open to doing a video with me talking about it and showing it as well?
Yes, but I'll have to have Alfredo with me because I want to do it right.
Perfect. No, I love
Hmm.
that. I love, reading is great, but if you're me, I love the the experience, video showing like the
Oh
actual
yeah.
doing,
Uh-huh.
so I would love that guide, but also just for my personal clients as well, like I want to do a personalized video to send them, for winterizing stuff like that with a professional as well. So would love to collab. I'm glad that we had this chat now because I'm putting
Let's
it.
collaborate with Ace, with Nikki, because she asked me to
Oh,
do, so we can like have it, like if you need the parts or anything, they can buy it at Ace Hardware, because I know they have like all the materials for that there.
this is awesome. Okay, this is
Hmm.
great. See, we're making things happen now with our live. Perfect. Let's collab. Now it's with Ace Hardware with Biggest Little Yard. And, it goes full circle. Reach out with Monica for
Hmm.
the new year for planning your future and how you can use um, funds for things like this. And that's kind of like how you started, Andrea. So, how exciting. Okay,
Hmm.
I got sidetracked. I was like, wait, this is amazing.
Squirrel.
We need to make this happen. So another question for you, Andrea. What mistakes do homeowners make with their yards that could actually lower their home value, you would say?
Um, I would say so here's the thing. I always see both sides of if you're renting, owning a home, like how much value do you want to add to the property?
Mm.
So like if you're seeing it as an investor, I will always tell you zero scape, no maintenance. You don't have to deal with, having to, not that I don't want the job, but like having to hire and maintain a lawn in this type of desert scape is really difficult. So like I want to say the mistake that people often make is they undervalue or underestimate the time that they're going to spend outside in their yards, and they choose materials that don't go with what they actually want to do. So here it is. Like lava rock is very stainy, like you'll have red, black, dark colors that it'll just get everywhere. But people want to cover up, their yard and say like I don't want the mess. Let's just do what the cheapest value, blah blah blah, right? They end up with rock they hate. They never like it, so they have to replace it in a few years, and then it just ends up creating more of a mess, right? But then if they do like DG, so DG is used for like dog runs, but it still creates. There's a weed barrier and weeds grow in it. So I would say choosing the right material the first time and just knowing what you're going to spend your time in your yards doing. Like if you're going to sit close to the because most homes have two side yards and one of them ends up being the dog run. So that dog run, if it's close to where you're gonna, hang out, eat barbecue, you want good drainage as well. So like just choosing the right material and location, I would say.
Do you guys go out and do like a consultation and kind of pick your owner's brain? Like, okay, what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you're wanting to? And you kind
Hmm.
of plan that out with them?
Yes.
Cool.
And the main questions I always ask, especially for like turf installs, which is our highest ticket item that we install, is synthetic. It's the drainage piece with it because it gets really hot and it does smell if it doesn't have the appropriate drainage underneath, like the right holes. So like if there's an association, most of the times it's a 60-ounce weight thickness that the turf needs to be at. So there's a new technology that comes in. We can install sprinklers, or we can even do like an infill that lowers the heat by 30 degrees.
Oh, wow.
So I talked to them like, okay, our pet's going to be using this. Do you have a female dog? Because female dogs end up getting yellow stains. So I don't recommend grass on people that have female dogs just because you're going to be fighting the urine. Like oftentimes they're going to end up peeing and you're having to replace your yard. But yeah, I talk to the clients, how busy they are. Like if they're super busy and they don't have time to mow their lawns, or they're gonna be fighting it with their husbands, like it's my turn to mow, no, your turn, right? Like it's those things. Like if you don't have time to take care of it, then don't even install it. Do a xeriscape. Do few plants, a dry creek, boulders, a drip system that you set up a timer and you forget about it. The timer will take care of it, instead of the grass, which is so difficult to maintain in this degrees.
Wow, that's definitely a lot of information, and I feel like we can cover a lot of things. And I love that we're going to be doing little by little segments because there's just so much to unfold with what you said. That's just a lot of information. That's
Sorry.
great information. No,
Mhm.
it's good because not a
Uh-huh.
lot of people know that. That's great information to have because I feel like people do end up just moving with decisions without knowing or seeing a bigger picture. So that's amazing.
Mhm.
So last question because I do have a next appointment.
Ooh, busy.
So Monica, what do
Yeah.
you wish you
Okay.
knew earlier in your business journey?
What do I, what, what, what?
What do you wish you knew earlier in your business journey as an entrepreneur in mobile notary and finance?
Um, ugh. I don't know. That's a hard one. I think just also, how do I say it? How do I say it nicely without being snarky? Like, you just have to have lots of patience. I mean, I already knew that coming in, but there's a difference between patience and then like understanding patience, because it's like you get so many people to be like, oh, I want to set up an appointment, I want to do this, I want to get this started, and then it's like you're constantly following up with them, and it's like, okay, if you were really serious, like, let's get the ball moving, and if not, like, kind of like, not to sound mean, but like, don't waste my time. But how do I say that in a nice way? That's just, I think, the hardest part with running a small business is like, you have to understand everyone's busy, everyone's, and so just like they're busy, like you're busy as well because you're trying to, grow your business. So to me, that's been the most challenging is like, having to juggle your schedule to accommodate and fit everyone else's needs. But then also running your business and your household as well. So that's been a little difficult. And if I like kind of maybe pick someone's brain ahead of time to say, like, how do you juggle everything and how do you like make it run smoothly? That's what I wish I would have known.
Definitely. Okay, Andrea, what's a simple decision someone can make, you think, today that will make their life a lot easier next year?
A simple decision. Um, ooh, I want to say relating to landscaping or entrepreneurship.
Either one.
Either one. Okay, I would say join a networking group. I was able to meet you, lovely ladies. We're not alone in this, and I think that 1 plus 1 equals 3 synergy is a perfect example, and I can relate it to the work and collaborations that we get to do every single day. And I'm oftentimes by myself, but that one step of getting the courage to step out of my comfort zone and show up to these meetings where I didn't know anybody, I ended up creating a family that creates a space and a healing, to me as a woman, but also as, an entrepreneur. Oftentimes we think that we're in it, by ourselves, but the struggles that you guys are dealing are, so common to mine that we get to like grow together. So I would
Sure.
say step out of your comfort zone and just go to that one networking event that you've been wanting to go.
Absolutely. And one last one, and I hope we leave this live with something powerful. Monica, what should people handle before 2026 if they want to protect their future?
Give me a call now so we can get you started, get you a plan going. We do like a little financial overview of what we're facing right now, what your budget's gonna, wanting to be, and where we can get you at within your budget for now, because we can always adjust that later. So don't let that stop you, because we can always work with what you are able to provide now, and we can always adjust.
Oh,
Oh no.
Did I lose you guys?
We're here.
we're still here.
Hello.
Hi.
We can hear you. We can't see you though. I can go if you want. I can add on to her.
Can you hear me?
Um, oh, there we go.
Yes.
Okay, I will say mine. Prices are definitely going to go up 3% for materials next year. So let's lock in a good estimate and just give me a call. Same.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you both for being here. You two show that woman supporting woman how it looks like, and I appreciate you both. So whether you're trying to build financial security, increase your home's value through landscaping, grow your business, definitely this should be your sign to act now. So again, Andrea, thank you so much for hopping in. I can't wait to
Thank
learn more.
you.
I'm
Mhm.
definitely learning more as, we talk and chat. And that's the power of communication, right? And
Mhm.
collaboration. And I'm so glad we have now an amazing idea so that I can help my clients grow and learn more about, protecting their assets, their yard, building into that as well. So,
Yes.
other than that, you all, whoever's watching now or later,